Well, hello, my dear. Happy New Year. May this new year be prosperous, may it be filled with the utmost success, and may all your wishes and dreams for this year come true. So, to celebrate, I brought my special drink here with me, and I also brought an extra one just for you. Here you go. Oh, you're not really feeling it. Oh, no worries, dear. No worries, no worries. No. It's okay. You don't need to call yourself a party pooper. I'm here. Please tell me what's wrong. Not really feeling it. Feeling some anxiety going on, a little bit of stress. Oh, okay. I see. I get it. I've been there. New Year's can be a cheerful time, but honey, I feel like the older I get, the more I'm feeling like, all right, here comes another one. I don't know if I can even keep up with all these New Year's resolutions, you know what I mean? So I can totally get that with you. New Year's can be an anxiety-inducing time, and I feel like so many times we have so much of an emphasis on partying, having a good time, and cheering, and the New Year's Eve kiss, and all that jazz, that we forget all the people who may feel a little lonely, a little anxious, a little bit stressed. So I totally get that, honey. I totally get that. You have no idea. Anyway, so I am here. I really appreciate you opening up to me. I know it can be a very tough thing to do, especially on a seemingly fun time like this, but I'm your bestie. I'm here to listen to you, and please feel free to vent all you want. Of course. Yeah. I know so many times we may talk about, oh, new year, new me. Oh, I got this whole list of New Year's resolutions to tackle on. I got so many goals and opportunities I want to achieve that we keep on chasing our goals and dreams so many times that we forget to take some time for ourselves to pause. And we forget to take time for ourselves to realize that, hey, sometimes there may be some bumps in the road, sometimes there may be some stumbles, sometimes there may be some stops, and all of that is equally valid. Rome wasn't built in a day. No aspect of life is a perfect parabola, and especially not a linear line, honey. So, you know what? I'm glad I brought some of these drinks here with us, because I feel like we're going to need a couple of these. But enough about these. Maybe I'll just save these for another time when we're both feeling more in the party mood. How's that sound? Yeah. Okay. So, in the meantime, I always come prepared. I brought some water, just in case. Because the first aspect of taking care of ourselves is some self-care and making sure that we are staying well nourished and hydrated. So I'll go ahead and hand this over to you, and you take a couple sips of that. Okay, there we go. Okay, so you enjoy that water now, honey. Okay. Now, I got a couple other things here. You do seem a little bit anxious right now. I totally get it. So, I brought with me a couple other things that may help us to get into the new year on a peaceful start. How about that? Not the right start, but the peaceful start. So, I brought here with me this nice little bouquet of flowers. I wasn't sure if this was your favorite color, honey, so I got them in multiple colors. I got this one, and I also have another one that is a whole bed of roses from Rose Forever. Not sponsored, by the way. But anyway, I hope you enjoy some of these. They come in so many different kinds of colors. You can see some of the pretty little petals petals here. And I think I like to really compare each of us to a flower and each little flower petal, because the more times a flower is gently nourished with the right amount of water and the right amount of sunlight and the right pH balance of the soil, then the more the flower is accurately nourished, paid good attention to, taken good care of, then the more that flower is going to slowly open up into the world. And I think the same thing goes for the aspect of our trust, our vitality, and how much our energy is cherished, whether we're in a certain place or with a certain someone. You know what I mean, honey? Yes, I know that you know that I know. So, I like to keep a little bit of this analogy here with some of these flowers. So you take care of some of those flowers, give them a good little sniff. Oh, they smell so good, don't they? Yes. Okay, let me go ahead and show you the other little bit of flowers I have. And it's a whole bed of roses. And I think these roses can actually teach us a good little lesson. When I first received my tub of roses for New Year's, it was for an actual event that happens in the U.S. I think ever since the early or perhaps the late 1800s, something called a rose parade. And each time my family and I spent time with the rose parade, we got all ready, we got ourselves done, got our hair done, got dresses done, got our outfits done, you name it. Bought ourselves some rosé. Well, the adults would, not the kids. And we would just collect a whole bunch of rosy flowers. But as I got a little older, I decided to get this little bit of flowers. So let me go ahead and show that to you. Here we go. And it's all kept in this velvet container. And you can see a whole tub of well-preserved roses, okay? So we got, how many roses we got right here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we got a whole bed of roses here. They're all well-preserved, and though I prefer fresh roses myself, I think this can be a good little reminder for each of us that we are all well cherished, no matter how unique each of us are. Because when you look really closely at each kind of rose, each rose can be quite unique itself, you know what I mean? So, from each petal all the way to each color, with the help of the charming little bumblebees, can help grow some additional flowers, including the lovely red roses. You know what I mean, sugar? Yes. So you can go ahead and give these a good sniff yourself. I think they smell so heavenly, and it's so subtle. It's nothing overpowering. It's just a gentle reminder of each of our unique beauty. You know what I mean? Okay, so let me go ahead and put these back here for you. I think these would look absolutely lovely in your office. Now, before I go further and deeper into talking about roses, I still see that you're a little anxious, have some anxiety. That is totally okay. It does take us some time. So, let me go ahead and show you a couple more items that could help with your anxiety. And they always help me very well too. So, I also got this little stress ball. Now, a relative of mine originally gave me 3 of these. They wanted me to start on some juggling lessons. They wanted me to do some additional talents and start juggling. Thought that I could sing and juggle or something like that. But when I held on to one of these, I realized that it could be a really good crinkly stress ball. So if any time you feel slightly alone, you feel a little stressed out, a little bit anxious, or you just need something you can just clench your fist on, feel free to just head on to one of these little balls, okay? You can crunch on it very softly. You could have little crinkles all the way around here, or you these will crinkle even quicker. But have no fear in how many pieces of strength you want to use when you're crushing this ball. It's not going to burst open. It's always here for you, okay? Okay. So I'll put that over there for you. There you go. Alright. Now what else do I have here? Oh, now I also have this little sticker. And this is not just any kind of sticker. I got this from a good friend of mine from down the road. She gets several kind of stickers, and these are heavily textured stickers. So if you need something that is a lot more tangible, something that is a lot more tactile, and something that can keep you busy during the day, keep your mind going, keep you going cognitively, keep you going physically, keep going mentally, and it's got some quite attractive colors too. Actually, fun fact, when I was a young little girl, I played the Bride of Frankenstein for a Halloween party, and that was a lot of fun, so I was very happy to have this. However, I believe that there is a calling for this sticker to belong to you instead of me, so feel free to take this sticker here with you, okay? Alright, so I'll go ahead and give this to you alongside the flowers. Alright, here you go. There you are. Alright, perfect, perfect, perfect. Now what else can I get for you? I also have some rose water, and this can go with our earlier conversation about the roses. You know, when we stop to smell the roses or stop to smell the flowers, that's one way we can pause with each of our lives, you know. So I also got this little jar of fresh rose water. It is from the most subtle, most heavenly of gardens from the public market, and I think you may enjoy this heavily. It's very subtle, it's very light, it is soft, it is sweet and nice and floral, so I think you may enjoy very much. Let's see if I can try to unscrew this here for you. Oh, that is so wonderful. So you can just give that a good little snip there, and I hope you enjoy. And fun thing about this bottle, it does come with a separate little handle on top. So if you want to spritz it on instead of pouring it on, there is an option there too. Okay, I'll put that in there for you. Okay, so how are you feeling about some of those items? Do some of these help in any kind of way? And I'm not expecting you to feel better right away. No one ever feels better right away, but just want to see how you're feeling right now. Okay, I understand. Okay, so a little better, but you'd like some additional calming sounds. I got you, honey, I got you. So, what are some calming sounds I can do to help you? Okay, you want the bottles? Alright. Alright, I got the bottles here. You just want me to move them slowly for you? Okay, hon, I can do that. By the way, how was your day otherwise? I know New Year's can be a lot, but what other kinds of plans do you have going on for this month? I know we already talked about the Rose Parade, but what other things do you have in mind? Oh, you got a birthday coming up? Oh, is it your birthday coming up? Oh, a friend's birthday, okay. Well, happy birthday to them. I hope all of their birthday wishes come true. And I hope they have a wonderful time with this celebration. Now, how are they going to be celebrating? Is it going to be a party? Are you going out to dinner? A little road trip? What are you doing? Are they inviting you? Oh, okay, so you're all going out to dinner. Okay, that's very nice. I personally like going out to dinner for birthdays. I think very low-key but lively enough at the same time. And it's a nice excuse to get some good food too and some nice fun dining, Yeah. What other things are you planning to do for this year, if any? And they don't need to be any big plans. They can be some small plans. For example, it could be, I might try to get 9 hours of sleep instead of 7.5 hours of sleep, instead of 5.5 hours of sleep, instead of 3.5 hours of sleep. Other plans you could do could be, I'm going to try and walk at least 5,000 steps a day, or I'm going to pause every hour at work, get up from my desk, and take a 5-minute walk around the office. And to prevent myself from looking like a weird gym rat, I'm going to bring something with me like a stress ball or a calm bottle, or perhaps my phone to make it look like I'm texting one of my cousins, or something like that, But you got any plans besides that? Any big plans or some small plans? Okay, a couple of those. Oh, you're trying to go out more? Oh, that's fantastic. What kind of places are you thinking about going to? Are they like for fun, or are they for learning? Are they different kinds of concerts? Okay, so some more concerts. Cool, like music concerts? Oh, nice. What kind of music do you like to listen to, or what kinds of musical concerts do you like to attend? Oh, okay, bluegrass music. I like that genre very much. That genre's been growing on me quite a bit. Nice. Any other kinds of genres, or is that the genre you're mostly sticking to? I understand. When we find something we latch on to, it's hard for us to let go, especially if it makes us feel good, Speaking of that, I think this can be a good segue into another thing I try to remind myself, not just on New Year's, but at least a couple times a month, and it's all about the ABCs. No, not the ABCs we learned in preschool or before preschool. I'm talking about the ABCs that go alongside our mental health, our cognitive health, and our social health, just our overall holistic well-being, you know what I mean? Yes, allow me to explain further. So, the purpose of using the ABCs is to help us be more in touch with our bodies physiologically, psychologically, emotionally, and it helps us to promote our sense of self-care and well-being. I feel too many times in this society, we are often socialized to continue working over and over, and we feel a sense of self-praise when we overwork ourselves, especially when we work during the times that we need to relax. And at the same time, we feel socialized to feel that if we give ourselves a break, that we are perceived as lazy, or that we have no motivation, or that we're procrastinating. But when we pay attention to our ABCs and making sure that we're taking really good care of ourselves, this can be a very good tool to help us in the long run. Let me set these down and explain it further. Okay. Let me get our roses as we explain further. So, when we talk about our ABCs, actually, I think I see a feather in the back. Can I borrow this feather from your office? Thank you. I Alright, so if we start with A, with the ABCs, we're going to start with awareness. And when we are paying attention to ourselves, to our sense of awareness, we become a lot more conscientious of how we're feeling in the present moment, how we're feeling physically, how we're feeling mentally and emotionally, how we're feeling in terms of our energy, which can be deciphered by our circadian rhythm, our sense of energy throughout the day, but it can also depend on the environment we're in, whether it's giving us energy or sucking the energy out of us, and it can also depend on who we're with too. So having that sense of awareness of where we are now in the present is quite an essential tool, Now, if we go to B, this is known as balance. So, for example, if we are tackling our jobs and say we spend 70% of our time tackling big challenges and the remaining 30% of our time to smaller and easier tasks throughout the day, you could see how that can contribute to a feeling of burnout, or at least increase the risk of burnout, you know what I mean? But if we feel particularly very tired one day and we take a little bit of a shift and dedicate, say, just on that day, 20% of our time to the challenging tasks and the remaining 80% to smaller, more obtainable tasks, just for 1 day or 2 days, and the balance percentage-wise can ebb and flow depending on our energy and how we're feeling, and also depending on deadlines, but it's good to also prioritize our sense of energy during those times so we can maintain an overall holistic balance, you know what I mean? And then finally, there is the sense of connection. And I'm not just talking about connections with others, although those are very important as well, but a sense of connection to yourself. And you can see how that transcends all the way back to our sense of awareness and a sense of balance as well. That's right, sweetheart. So if we pay attention to our ABCs, that will really help us to attain a sense of equilibrium for ourselves physically, ourselves mentally, socially, emotionally, intellectually, perhaps financially, spiritually as well. There's so many dimensions of wellness we need to pay close attention to. And when I say pay close attention, I don't mean in a way where it exudes so much energy that we end up stressing about it. Just asking for us to have some awareness and some subconscious sense of meaning behind each of those factors. That's right. Yes. Speaking of balance and connection and roses, have you ever thought about the different colors of roses and their perceived meanings? Yes, roses have many different kinds of meanings depending on their colors. For example, if you have red roses, they're the colors of love, romance, devotion. If you have white roses, those colors can be seen as symbols of purity, innocence, peace, if you have roses that are yellow. Now, traditionally, yellow roses back in the day, a couple centuries ago, used to be a symbol of jealousy and envy. However, nowadays, yellow flowers can be seen as a sign of friendship and fidelity. Similar goes to orange flowers, though that one is more geared towards creativity, passion, and positivity. Now, honey, I know we're all realists here, but that's just one of the symbols I learned for some colors of the flowers. Other kinds of potential colors can include blue roses, and those are known for a sense of hope, a sense of encouragement, and faith as well. If you receive pink roses, those can be symbolized for joy and admiration, as well as pure gratitude. And what if you receive black roses? Now, many times when we think of black roses, we may think of a state of mourning in some aspects. If we take a look at it from another lens, black roses can also be signs of change, courage, and rebirth. So there are many aspects of resilience and awareness throughout each of those potential colors. How are you feeling now, dear? A little calmer now, a little better. Oh, I'm so glad. You can always talk to me if you ever need a friend to talk to. You know that, right? Of course. Done plenty for me already, and you're much appreciated and valued and cherished. And I want you to know that, because you are special and you are unique and you deserve to be seen and heard and cared for. You understand? And I don't just mean by other people, but you deserve to take care of yourself, because you are worth it. That's right. Alright, so let me go ahead and put this back. I think my elbow cracked. Is there anything else I can do for you, darling? I can tell that you're starting to get a little sleepy. Yeah. You want me to whisper you a little lullaby? Oh, I'd love to. You know, since we've been talking about flowers and roses for so long, and we may talk about the quote, stop and smell the flowers, or stop and smell the roses, there was a song that had been on my mind. A song I learned over, let's say a decade and a half ago. I learned this song. It's called Diletton. And, excuse my accent, I hadn't taken one French class. However, I learned this French tune by Morten Lortzen